It's 2026, and the one thing we inherited from 2025 is RAM prices skyrocketing beyond the suckosphere. Suckostratosphere? They suck. But we're gonna show it to AI because we need to do a custom build. So we're actually on the road, and we're heading off to Micro Center because our editor needs a new rig, and we're gonna use this as a positive opportunity to show that despite what all the gloom and doomers are saying about 2026, that yes, enthusiasts can still build a custom PC despite today's current market.
And you're letting the editor talk this time, all right.
Our channel size and our newness, Micro Center couldn't be bothered to sponsor any of this, even though we're here. Asus is a well-respected brand, but they are not sponsoring us. And we're Team Red, AMD. They definitely are not sponsoring any of this. This is all being done and funded with our own money. We're doing this on the exact same budget that you will probably be doing for your build. We're back from Micro Center. This is your hall.
Wow, that's a lot of stuff.
It is. And of course, we're gonna have to talk about this and our Micro Center experiences, but we have a tradition here, and it's your turn to get initiated into the pack. I've built PCs, Ryan 1 has built PCs, Jackson has built PCs. On this exact table, it's your turn.
Yes, finally.
You feel ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, well, so the first thing we're gonna be talking about is the bundle deal that Micro Center offers, because that's a big component to how we made all this extremely affordable and make a powerful gaming PC, despite the fact of what people want to charge for these guys. The bundle we went with has this Asus Tough Gaming B650E motherboard, and I'm going to give you the honor of unboxing this.
Oh yay, now something you don't probably want to know about me is that I suck at unboxing, but hey, this is, oh, hey, look at that. They make it easy. Oh, just take it.
Whether you are or are not familiar with Micro Center, they constantly run these bundle deals where you get motherboard, CPU, and RAM bundled together at a price. And it's always changing. I can never figure out what the formula is. I think one of the reasons that this was part of the bundle is because there was like 100 just stacked up against the wall. So I'm guessing what gets in the bundle deal is the stuff that they really need to clear out.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot. They had a lot, and I think we just took a chunk off of it.
All right, so I know this has like a black and gray kind of motif going to it, but yeah, no, I think this, the other parts you picked out, I think this is actually going to be a perfect color scheme for your build.
It looks very, yeah, it looks really nice.
Why don't you unbox this AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D?
Whoa. That's cool.
Now, when we originally went and picked out, this is one of the advantages to like this Micro Center bundle. This was not the original processor that Ryan 1 and I said, here, this is the one that you should get. This is actually a slightly upgraded version.
Apparently the 3D V-Cache technology that's in this Ryzen 7 is apparently a lot better than...
It's hilarious because the reason they had the other model first is because it was like $30 cheaper than that one, but thanks to the Micro Center bundle, that wasn't the case anymore, so you have this.
Nice.
It's gonna feel like a little bit of pressure, but that's correct.
Okay.
Good job. You just installed your processor.
Yes.
All right. So the bundle came with 32 gigabytes of G.Skill Flare X5. So it's a 216 gigabyte kit, which I love that the sticker price on here says $600, which is not what the website or our receipt says. The receipt says this would normally sell for $349. Here's my hot take. This number is for the people who go in and just like buy RAM by themselves. Micro Center will charge them $600 because they assume they're scalping. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, then we want a cut of what you're scalping. But because we bought other things, the price, I think our salesperson even said because we bought the CPU, that's why we get the $349 price. But on top of that, with the bundle, this was actually discounted back in March when I previously built a PC. That $150 would have gotten you 64 gigabytes. So that's sort of like the trade-off. Instead of 64, we're going for 32. But 32 is really the recommended amount of RAM to do everything that you want to do. Gaming, content creation, your photo editing,
Four slots for RAM in this day. That's probably four RAM sticks would probably cost you, you know, a down payment on a house.
There's only one way you can install it. Check out the notch. All right, so for the cases, you went with the Fractal Pop XL Air, and for cases,
you took a lot of time trying to decide because you had a first choice.
Yeah, and they didn't come with fans, and the way that my desk is oriented and the way that's set up, I wanted kind of like a front glass look so that I could actually see into the internals, since the glass would be facing the desk and I wouldn't be able to see any of the colors or any of that.
Sounds like you need a different desk.
Cases, listen, you could always change them. It's not really a big deal. This one, though, really caught my eye, mainly because of the front fans and the front look. To the 3 front fans to the 1 back fan came with it. There's 2 headphone jacks up here, 1 for headphone, 1 for mic, 2 USB ports, restart button, power button, and a little blocked off hole if you wanted to put your own little like Type-C thing there.
You don't want to be right on the floor to plug in your headphones. All right, so let's pop this puppy open because it's time to get this motherboard installed in this case.
This is one thing that did not come from Micro Center, so it's not going to be in any of the receipts or prices when we tally up how much this build cost, because we upgraded other M.2, so you're getting a 2 terabyte Crucial M.2 out of our stock. Got the motherboard installed, it's connected, the chassis is all connected, fingers crossed. This is actually something I'm kind of looking forward to working with. This is a Lian-Li 1200 watt power supply, the EG1200G, but it has an edge on it, and I'm interested in seeing how this works.
Let's get it out of the box. Thank you for your purchase. Hope you enjoyed the journey of building your PC. I am. How'd they know? And there it is. Wow. Okay, this thing's freaking heavy. Okay.
This one actually gives you sort of this edge where all the connectors will plug in here instead of directly into the box, which I'm hoping will make this actually easier once it's inside the case.
So premium CPU air coolers nowadays are kind of all similar, and a lot of brands are copying the same kind of designs as other brands, as you were telling me.
Yeah, and this is actually where you're looking out, because I'll let you unbox this, and then back in March, if you wanted this type of 7-pipe radiator with the dual fan configuration, the go-to people were Noctua. They're pricey, but there are so many brands now. You got this guy for $54.99, which is less than half of what you would have gotten for a Noctua, and there are plenty of options that are exactly like this. The most important thing that I wanted you to go with was that there are 7 heat pipes to make sure that the heat dissipates up.
Here are the 2 fans that come with it. Move my phone out of the way. And the okay.
So the one thing about that being way less expensive than Noctua is Thermalright sent very bad thermal paste.
Oof, yeah.
But yeah, that came off like putty, and I didn't trust it. But again, in stock, we had Kingpin cooling thermal paste gifted to me by Steve over at Gamers Nexus for that interview that we did, and that video is out on the channel. I'm much happier with this. So if you haven't worked with Kingpin cooling and think it's just Steve hyping it, he could be. He's Steve after all. No, after using it, I actually like this.
This time around, I was envious of the GPU selection. Micro Center had so many, but back in March 2025 when I was seeking my 5080, NVIDIA only made a dozen, and good luck finding where those 12 ended up.
Yeah. All right, and then for the final piece, the Zotac Gaming GeForce RTX 5070 Ti.
The reason I went with the 5070 Ti for you is this thing is still a beast. For DaVinci Resolve and all those video games, it's going to do fantastic.
This one is a slim form factor, so I'm interested in checking that one out because I have a 5080 and that thing is kind of girthy. The picture on this one looks kind of slim, so why don't you open this up? Because I find these GPUs to look pretty darn good looking.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, GPUs these days, they are just very good looking pieces of hardware. Oh, there it is.
Oh, they wrap it up really nice. Oh, makes sense. Okay. Ooh, it's heavy.
There.
Oh, this thing really is thin. This thing is actually so much thinner than his 5080. This is...
The 5070 Ti is installed. These cords conveniently come with color coding. And I forced Ryan to go through and plug it in. And as we can see, if we do a check, we get the camera in nice and close around the connector. Looks like I'm not seeing any blue exposed outside the plug, which means it is plugged in all the way, so that will reduce the chance of this bursting into flames. I don't want to see blue down here, and I'm not, so good job. We're down here in an office doing spark test. Powered up, great sign when you first turn it on and all the fans start spinning and the ARGB goes, oh, unicorn barf. And we have boot. This is your system. It runs. How are you feeling right now?
I'm really excited. This is a big part. This is a big moment for me and my first PC build, and seeing that it all went well on the first start and everything's looking really good.
Yeah, and despite the RAM prices, because we got that bundle deal at Micro Center, the 32 gigabytes of RAM, it's not 64 gigabytes of RAM, but overall, this gaming system, the Zotac Solid, really narrow 5070 Ti, we got that for $730. The AMD Ryzen 7 9800X3D, which is part of Micro Center's bundle, that was originally listed for $400, but the bundle discount brought it down to $327. Yeah, and this is the big one, the G-Skill 32 gigabyte kit. Originally list price $350. They took $150 off, so that only ran about $199.99. Acer's Tough Gaming motherboard was originally $195, and bundling it got it down to $154. All you had is your little fun little extras. You went with the Liam Edge Gold Black Hub for the PSU. That was $190, but that was 1,200 watts. You have that Phantom Spirit air cooler for the CPU. That came in at $55, and your Fractal Pop XL Air case was $125. The others will put the whole grand total on the screen because that's what they do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I totally appreciate it. I enjoy talking about this stuff, so join me down in the comments and we can keep the conversation going. And if you made it this far into the video, go ahead and leave me a like. And until we get an opportunity to hang out like this again, beware the full moon.